House of the Dragon Season 3. My first impression after seeing the episode is that the second half of the episode is pretty strong, while the first half is very weak. I think this is a function of the episode being moved from Season 2 to Season 3. Seasons generally begin with, let's catch up with all of the characters. And so they felt like they needed to do that. And so that's the first half of the episode, and we catch up with all the characters, and they're not doing anything, and they sit around just talking and not about much. They create issues that aren't there. They create a problem and then solve it in the same episode. This always frustrates me, where you're like, oh, you're really just spinning wheels. And then the second half of the episode happens, and which is the meat and potatoes, the battle of the Gullet. I'm not saying it's perfect; it's confusing, but it's pretty strong. There are some real edge of your seat moments. There's some sad gut punches. There's some really interesting stuff that they have never done before. Like they've never done it in any other Game of Thrones show. It's just really cool shots, really interesting. So I praise the second half as being pretty good, more than pretty good. The second half is great, but the first half is just so slow and useless. And had only they just kept that Battle of the Gullet half in Season 2 and made it its own episode, I think it would have been so much stronger. But what about you, Carmen? What are your first impressions?
Like I said earlier, I thought it doesn't feel like a first episode. The opening scene is fucking weird when you compare it to the opening scenes of Season 1 and 2. It's just you're right. You're absolutely right. Gullet really saves this episode from being a bad episode. But because of Gullet, it's actually a pretty decent episode. It's just, it doesn't feel like a premiere. There are other issues I have with it that I don't want to go into because of spoilers, but one of the problems a lot of people had with Season 2 were the lack of battles, and one battle being off screen. And I kind of defended that because that happened in Season 1 Game of Thrones with Tyrion. He gets knocked out. Yeah. I'm not defending it for Season 3 because they did it again in Season 3 in the opening episode. I'm not defending it again because that was a battle I was looking forward to, and they promoted the fuck out of it. And then it's off screen.
The frustrating thing about that particular thing being off screen is that the end of Season 2 promised in a montage the things we would see next season. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And so you make a promise with that montage. We're going to do this plotline, this plotline, this plotline. Boom. And it was one plotline is going to be half the fucking episode. The other plotline off screen resolved.
That's the one thing I can say, by the way, because people were afraid that now that Daemon is no longer the roguish prince, that his devotion to Rhaenyra is going to make him less fun, less predictable. Less predictable, sure. Less fun, no. In our first 2 episodes, Daemon is on point. He's focused. I like it a lot. Alicent in our first 2 episodes, she's making moves. She's playing the games. I actually like Alicent in these 2 episodes, the first episodes of Season 3, more than I did in every single thing she did in Season 2. So characters aren't.
I guess this episode 2 must save her because I fucking did not like her in episode 1.
What was your criticism of her? Her eyes?
My criticism of her is that she wears her emotion on her sleeve, where she's just like, Aemon asks her a question and she's like, oh shit. And you're like, how is Aemon not seeing that look on your face? Like, this is the look on your face the whole time. Like,
that's so true.
How? Come on! And then just Aemon's just like, okay. Is Aemon an idiot? Is he not seeing that look on her face?
By the way, so I'm sorry. I've never done the whole Edward versus Jacobs, Team Green versus Team Black thing. I thought it was cringe. But Team Green, you guys suffer a lot these first 2 episodes. You guys suffer a lot. Like, obviously, Team Black gets its licks, but you guys suffer a lot in every department. Cringe, loss of manpower. Like, you guys just taking L's left and right, more ways than one. Oh, by the way, we finally found out what happened to Otto. I won't spoil it for you, and I won't even message it to you. But I know for a fact that once it's answered at the very end of episode 2. I know for a fact that once you see the scene, you're gonna be like, "What? Why? Huh?" I didn't have a problem with it.
What, off screen again?
No, actually, no. Like,
just message it to me.
At the end of season 2, someone clearly takes him. The person who takes him, we thought like, oh, it must have been this faction because I forgot the name of the factions who like, oh, Beesbury must have been Beesbury's family or something on his way back to the High Tower.
Oh, like, I thought it was going to be the White Worm or something,
or the White Worm. It's actually not. You really want me to spoil it for you?
Yeah, please.
Don't say anything. It's this person.
That's stupid. I mean, I understand it's the show. So, like, when you did that, I was like, yeah, I can see the show doing that, but it's just like,
obviously don't say anything. But yeah, the premiere was one of the premieres of all. The
problem is that's their fucking card of just like, that's their wild card. Like you need something done with no motivation. There's your card.
Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, you're absolutely right. You're not wrong for a second that the episode needed to focus on the Gullet people. I know I'm going to get criticized for this so fucking hard, but it's so true because I'm one of these people. Lohar, you watched the episode this morning with me. Lohar yelling, Philosophy Tube. You call this person the YouTuber the entire time.
Yeah, the YouTube. Yeah, the Philosophy Tube. Yeah, they
can't yell. There are some and you said it's because you think they went back and did like a voiceover.
Yeah. Yeah, I do think it was a voiceover. I do think they went into the studio and did a voiceover on that part. But look, for the most part, Philosophy Tube does a great job. I'm with you. I don't think her screaming to people sounded right. It seemed a little weird.
Look, do you mind if I explain that real quick?
But Philosophy Tube is fine.
Well, yeah. Do you mind if I explain? Because I'm one of those people. Yeah. So what I'm talking about is during the battle, Lohar is yelling battle commands, and so is Alyn. Alyn, played by Abu Bakr Salim, when he yells like, arrows, go! Like, he does a very good job. I am not someone who can yell battle commands. Like, if I'm going to tell someone to rain arrows on someone, I would say, bring the rain. Or I would say something like, room level. I wouldn't yell it because my yelling voice is very cringe and I just can't yell. Lohar is the same way. Philosophy Tube can't yell, and they're yelling a lot. I know that sounds like a very weird criticism, but you'll see it when I'm talking. You'll see what I'm talking about.
Oh, unrelated. Also, there's an unrelated other thing that I thought was a little cringe that you probably were fine with, but I think when the Winter Wolves arrive. This isn't a spoiler or anything because we knew the Winter Wolves were coming at the end of season 2.
They're literally in the first in the first trailer. All of the trailers actually.
Trailer, yeah. But when the Winter Wolves arrive and you get to see who their leader is, because it's the guy from Sons of Anarchy. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like the Ed Sheeran scene in Game of Thrones because it's
think so?
Absolutely. Because it's just like, hey guys, you love this actor, you love Starks.
Do we?
Here we go. Because why else?
Do we?
If it weren't him, and it was like rando, if it was like, whatever, if it was Randon Stark, it doesn't matter. Like if Randon Stark was there with a rando actor, you'd just be like, why are they focusing on that guy? But it's the dude from Sons of Anarchy, and everybody loves that actor, and so everybody's like, yeah, I love Starks, and I love that actor. Awesome, I'm going to keep watching this season.
You know why you're wrong here? You don't even know the actor's name.
Yeah, but everybody knows that guy. Come on.
From that one show that aired like 15
No,
years
he's
ago?
been in other shit. You know that.
What have
Wasn't
you
he
been
in
in? I don't know.
Braveheart?
Was he? By the way, his name is Tommy Flanagan. I don't know what
Tommy
he's in.
Flanagan. I get
First
okay.
off, you think that's weird? This is not a spoiler because we know who's playing Torrin Manderley, and it's the guy from Balls of Fury, the ping pong movie.
Yeah.
That guy was more distracting to me than Chibs from Sons of Anarchy.
Okay, he was in Gladiator. He's in Braveheart.
What? He is? Who?
Yeah,
Who is he?
Yeah. He was like the Irish dude or something.
I mean, well, yes, he is. Yeah.
No, because I remember there's a point in Braveheart where like they somehow add a bunch of Irish into the story for no reason and make it seem like they were like really important in this battle when they weren't.
That's his first movie role. Wow.
Yeah.
Homeboy landed that.
People love the Tommy Flanagan dude.
Really? They love this guy?
I think
I
so.
see him in Gladiator. Okay. Sin City, Alien versus wow, I've never noticed him in any of these. God damn.
They say he, by the way, I think like the entire Sons of Anarchy like crew like all decided to take on like the Sons of Anarchy personalities like in their personal lives afterwards, you know? Like being on the show suddenly like made them into like tough guy bikers, you know, or whatever.
Joe Pesci got that. People say that Joe Pesci thinks
like
he's
all
like
of a sudden I'm a fucking gangster.
Yeah.
It's like you were in My Cousin Vinny. Like your greatest role, 100%. I'm being completely honest here. Your greatest role was My Cousin Vinny. Like
that's insane.
Yeah.
Not Goodfellas? That's insane.
They're both great roles. The problem with it, okay. This is my problem. This is like Brando with Godfather, right? Like after Godfather, Brando kept playing that role. So it's the same, like Joe Pesci played his Goodfellas role and then he kept doing it. So yeah, the first time was great. I think Goodfellas is a fucking fantastic movie. I like Goodfellas. Here's the thing: I like Goodfellas more than I like The Godfather. Goodfellas is probably my favorite gangster movie.
That's fair. I
love Goodfellas. But you're right, Joe Pesci's great in but My Cousin Vinny, he's better. I think he's better than My Cousin Vinny. You know, that's a great movie, My Cousin Vinny.
I agree, but you're still out of your mind for the Tommy Flanagan in House of the Dragon thing. Like, who cares? Fuck it. No.
Why would they focus so much on him?
Because he's the leader of the Winter Wolves. He's doing the talking for the entirety of the Winter Wolves.
Logically speaking, shouldn't it be Jace's boyfriend?
No, because he
comes later.
He comes later. Yeah, you know that.
I guess.
Did I ever show you the fucking deleted scene? They digitally edit out Cregan Stark because he was leading the pack.
He was
at the end, but they digitally edited him out. Did I ever show you that? I have it on my TikTok, and
when they later edited it.
Initially,
if I go back, he's no longer leading.
He's no longer leading. Can I show you?
They fucking Star Wars Special Edition the scene?
Yes. So the scene that we got was the Winter Wolves walking along the twins.
Yeah.
In the original scene before they removed, Cregan was leading the pack.
Yeah, I remember that.
Him. Right, because he's not supposed to be in the South yet. I just sent it to you on Facebook. Hopefully you can watch it. That's
silly. Like you could have just fucking dealt with it by having like the Winter Wolves wander fucking around for a while, which is what they do. They fucking go down to Tumbleton and all that bullshit.
You watching it?
Yeah. I don't know. They should have kept him in.
By the way, my inner Ice and Fire nerd is like really flaring up whenever I see the scene because the twins are supposed to be a little wider because it's supposed to be like two carts abreast. Like that can fit, and no way you could fit two carts on that. It's just my inner like neuroses, Ice and Fire nerd coming out. But yeah, no. I would say MVP of the episode, probably Alyn. Alyn is fucking awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I will say this about Alyn is that like all of those fucking useless scenes that we complained about in season 2 between him and his dad, they did pay. I'll admit they did pay off a little in this episode, and I cared about him and the two of them working together in the battle a lot more because of all those fucking scenes that they dedicated to them. So I'll admit that like I don't want to say I'm like 100% wrong. I think maybe they went overkill, but I will say I'll admit that like it paid off some. That like I would have not enjoyed or cared about the results of that battle and what was going on with that battle had they not put in those scenes earlier. So there's that.
Did you see the Criston Cole actor low-key shit on the writing for his character this season? Someone asked him, like, what can we expect from your character this season? And you could tell he was a little annoyed, and he was making a joke, but you could tell he was being serious. He said how, like, the writers don't want the fans to like Criston Cole or something to that effect. I'll find it for you later. And I'm like, really? They made me dislike him in the beginning to kind of liking him and being sympathetic towards him in season 2. They're gonna fuck that up.
He's pretty sympathetic now. Yeah, if he was a complete dick in season 1, and now you're like, oh shit, like this guy's been through some stuff. You know? I think I think they've turned him around.
They should have kept him going on his redemption arc until Butcher's Ball, but just so we're clear, I don't know if Butcher Ball is going to be this season. I don't know what they're doing. Yeah, it's gonna be weird. For the premiere episode, gets saved by the Gullet. Alicent does something. Corlys not in the docks for once. Alyn MVP of the episode. Nettles confirmed gone. I know some people were still hoping that Nettles would be in the show somehow.
Yeah, no, wet blanket Reyna. Wet blanket Reyna is really just like just ruining it. Like she's wet blanket. Yeah.